Very easily impressed, as you could
Yeah.
see by Dylan's face.
Shut up, bitch!
Small talk.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. I am your host, Dylan. As always, joined with me, Sean and Eddie. Ed, and Eddie. How's it going, guys?
It's going all right, man.
Doing pretty good, man.
How come you changed your name from Money Mendez?
I don't know. I felt like I love the show Ed, and Eddie, and I feel like Money Mendez is a false advertisement because I don't spend as much money as everybody does. So
Because you don't
false advertisement, a little bit.
That's fair.
I didn't want so we all know this. I talk a lot of shit on streams and stuff, and I didn't want anybody to ever like come back at me by saying like Money Mendez, but he's always talking about being broke. Like I never. So I was like, I'm gonna get ahead of this shit
Put
right
your
now.
money where your Mendez is.
Yeah.
Broke Money Mendez.
See, that's what I didn't want to happen. That right there.
No, good to have you guys. Okay, so let's see. In the chat here, we got Toy Mafia, as always, one of the first, Bad Fish, SpongeBob SquareBalls, Irwin, John Ortiz. What's happening, guys? Got a good show here. Planned tonight for all of your small talk news. And yeah, I'm excited to get back into it. Before I guess we get into things, we will go over what we got new. And Sean, I think you had quite the haul. Did you get anything other than the main attraction?
Yeah, I got a lot of the Alithia wave and a
that's
couple
right.
extra figures.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So if you want to start with those, and then we'll get into the main thing here.
yeah, I got you. So
Oops.
I got the I think it's Hatut Zerez. They're basically like the Wakandan mercenaries from the comics. That's from the new Wakanda Forever wave.
So they're like elite unit.
Yeah, like they're the ones who go do all the like the espionage stuff and the spy stuff, but they end up getting kicked out of Wakanda in the comics and stuff. So I got Hudson.
Nice.
Got him at Stevens when I went to go pick up the Alithia stuff. I was like, I'm taking this guy right now. So
Nice.
honestly, this guy's probably the best one.
Really? What makes him the best one?
I don't know. I just think this is the first one besides Bronx that's actually stood up for me decently well. And the wings stick a lot better. I needed to look at the other two, but there's this little plastic piece that's in there now that they click into. And I don't remember seeing it on the other two, but I might be wrong on that one.
Oh, okay.
So you said you think he's the best?
Yeah, he just looks cool. He's the wings look cool. Just he's a little bit smaller figure, you know. So he's not as big as Goliath. The wings don't spread as far.
He's got a body like you too. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding.
That
I
dad
don't even
bod.
know what Sean's body looks like, guys.
Hey, I'm down like 10 pounds. So, Dylan, you'll have to help me with some of these guys. I got this guy. I don't know how to say his name, but he's from the Alithia wave, one of the vampires.
Yeah, I'll pull him up. That's I think their ogre scale one that they
Right. It was like a deluxe.
Yeah, they're talking about. So there's essentially, I think, like 3 main scales, and that one is. Let me check here. We're looking at Alithia. So his name is Decabalis.
And then I got Alithia. So she's really cool. I really like her a lot. I haven't tried to put her on the horse yet, but I'm going to try to do that later. A lot going on
with her.
Yeah. And then
it does look like that. What's his name again?
Azog?
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
I got her horse.
I think it's Azog the Defiler or something like that.
I love that horse. It was one of the harder ones to find from the wave, but it's a lot of fun. Hey, John. John's in the chat here.
What's up, John?
Buddy.
This is actually one of my favorite ones from the wave, is the moose.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's one we gotta include in the figure of the year awards somewhere so far. That's got to be a front runner. A lot of people are big fans of that one, and I am as well.
The last one I got was the centaur.
Nice.
Centaurs are cool.
Yeah, those are all really well done figures. I feel like you picked good or picked well. So you have 4, right?
It would be
5.
5.
You got to get one of the good guys now to ride the moose.
Yeah, I was just looking through the wave before we got on, and I really like. Is it Artemis?
Artemis Gordon.
Yeah. Badfish says, "What the fuck? They have a moose." As a Canadian, I need this. Every Canadian needs a moose, especially a
moose.
Moose.
Say it again, Dylan. Say moose again.
Moose.
I don't know. You say it funny.
And then Krotos too. He was pretty cool. Those are the other 2 I'm looking at.
Yeah. If you want either of the other 2 vampires are also great. Varg, the one that comes with wings, is cool, but I really like the Baron Voligar, like the second version of him, because of all the soft goods he comes with. And then I know what a lot of people are saying, like consensus, like figure wise, is that Valak is one of the best. I know a lot of people.
Valak, he looks really cool with the Falcon.
Yep, a lot of people are big fans of him. But yeah, awesome. We'll do a showcase on kind of on all these, like grouped in together. Everyone, not entirely sure. We actually we do showcases, when we have multiple figures of something, and now that we have so many of the same ones, we're gonna have to spread them out. But again, if any of the listeners or any of you guys want to hop on that with us, by all means. Just need obviously like a mic, but yeah, we're glad to have anyone who wants to hop in those with us who also has the figure. And then show us the showstopper, Sean.
Haslab Galactus came in.
Galactus.
I know I say it wrong. I like the way I say it.
You say it right, Galactus. It's a shout out from another show.
So, this guy is...
That's dope.
This guy is solid, man. The feet are awesome.
Only a bit of a small feet for a big guy, huh?
And then all the light up features in the chest and in the back.
Nice.
They're all ratcheted joints, so when it clicks real good. All the fingers articulate, and we'll go over more of this in a showcase. But the other stuff that it came with, the 2 other face plates, you just pop off the head right here, just right in there, and you pop it out right here, and then the Doom head.
That's legit.
That is pretty sick.
So that was really cool. I don't really see myself using that all that much, but if I pick up another Doom, I might try to do some swap outs. So as far as the heralds go, we got Morg, the executioner.
Not much paint detail on his weapon there, is it?
No, and people have been saying it's fairly small. They've been switching it out for there's like another one, not of Morg, but just like there's another axe that's out. And then
I bet you there's a lot of really cool Mythic Legions ones that you can do.
Yeah. And then Frankie.
Nice.
Nova.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, she's really, really back heavy.
Sexy. Oh,
because her hair.
Yeah. That's what I was.
And then,
wow.
And then Silver Surfer. And what people have been saying too is they've been swapping out the head on this one for the Walgreens because they like how the eyes are lined a little bit better. And the silver's just barely off, but you can't really tell.
You can see his eyes.
Yeah, he's got wide eyes.
Well, and they like how the Walgreens one has the eyeliner. Like he has the black eyeliner.
Old school eyeliner.
Yep. Yeah. And then this is her flame piece. So her foot pegs in right here. And then you take this right here and you kind of pull it out some and you put her leg through there and she kind of floats in it.
And that fits in his hand, right?
Yeah, that fits in his left hand. You could probably get it into the right hand where the surfer one goes, but they say to use the other one. And then this is the surfer board, and it has this little base to go with it, and it works pretty well just on its own, just standing up on its own. And then the top piece articulates, and you can move it around and swivel it around, so you can get some good poses with that, and that goes in his other hand. Surfer came with some of extra hands, like his opened hands, his closed hands. I think one other pair, I don't remember, but he has the fisted ones on right now. He also comes.
Does he have a hand with posable fingers?
No, but he comes with the typical magic piece that's come like with with the rest of the surfers. My
little hand effects.
Yeah, the little magic hand effects, little circular ones. My biggest complaint on the figures is that you could see all of the lines, all the molding lines, especially on Frankie. I think it's right here. Yeah. Right here along her left breast right there, going all the way down the side and into the legs. You could see all of the seam lines. You could see all the seam lines or they didn't paint over it.
Well, that's going to be hard with that kind of paint job too, though. That'll be kind of, when they're one shaded color like that, and especially metallic, that's going to be hard to cover up. But I get it. That is annoying, especially like you feel like they would want, like the mold lines would be in the back or something, like the seams on figures with soft goods in the back or the side or areas that are easy to cover up that way.
Well, like on his shins right here, on Surfer's shins, same seam lines. They're thick. You could see them. So I mean, I wish like at least on like the tiered figures that you were a little bit more careful with. I mean that's kind of what everybody was like excited for. Besides Galactus himself. The only other thing is my Galactus has some gate marks, like some chewing marks from just like I guess where the plastic got clipped off, and it just kind of messed up like on his waist right here, on his skirt right here on the top, and you can't really tell unless you're like looking for it. But right up here, there's like a gate mark on it, and then just some misplaced paint. It's slightly off of some of the circles, but that's everything for me. I think it's 11 figures total, including Galactus and the Heralds. So,
nice,
pretty good haul.
Hell yes, yeah. That's about as good as it gets. Doc Smizzle says, best Haslab ever. Badfish said, congrats, Sean. And then he said, did Dean refuse to be on this unboxing? Doc said, yeah, the mold lines and the swirls are awful on the figures, but looks good from afar. Haslab
Yeah.
figure package.
I
should
definitely
have much
agree
more
with
attention.
Doc. Like if you got up close, you might see it, but if you're standing just like a foot away, you can't even tell.
Yeah, right. And yeah, it's like I said, sometimes it's the pain
Mm-hmm.
with super metallic stuff like that. I know that sometimes that's why companies don't like to use it. But
Now I just got to figure out a spot for it.
I mean,
I need to
you
get a
had-
display case or like a display
Yeah.
for it, and I need to
Good
get
luck
all the
finding a
heralds that I have.
That thing will take over a half IKEA
Yep.
deep tall.
Put it next to Surfer.
Well,
And
I'm
the
gonna
cat.
get both surfers. Oh, you mean the statue?
Yeah, put it
Yeah,
next.
Yeah,
to
I
the
can make some. I can move a statue down. I could probably do that.
He looks good next to
Yeah.
him. He's pretty big.
And that's what a lot
so-
of people are saying. Like even compared to the, what is it? The
Statue.
comiquette of his statue.
It's a maquette too, I think.
Yeah, the
new one.
maquette.
Yeah,
So
it looks good. It's just small.
Yeah.
I like the way it looks, but yeah, I saw someone put it
I'll
next
get
to that.
I'll get the obsidian surfer next to him. I got the Herald of
Gotta
Herald
put
of
Cosmic
Galactus
Ghost Rider
Thor,
there too.
Cosmic Ghost Rider. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
and then I got the
these-
2-pack coming in January of the other 2 heralds
I would
Nice.
say
That's
keep
with
as
Herax?
much-
Is it Herax?
and Terex.
Terrax, yeah.
Terrax,
sorry.
yeah.
Terrax and yeah.
I forget the other one that he came with.
You
I
just
don't
naming off
remember either.
prescriptions.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the other thing I got new this week. A bunch of prescriptions because I'm sick.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a hell of a haul, Sean. Congratulations. Looks amazing,
Yeah,
and I
thanks.
think I might agree with Doc where that's got to be one of the better Haslabs that's ever been done. Maybe that and the
Definitely.
Sentinel. But I think that's very impressive. I don't think you'll have an issue ever selling that if you need to. So,
Yeah.
that can give you that peace of mind. I would keep as many pieces from it as you can if you got to rebox it, But I think that's great. That thing looks epic, and we're going to do a showcase on that as well, everyone. So keep an eye out for that. I think we had temporarily talked about maybe this Saturday afternoon. But we'll confirm that date kind of post-show here, and we'll let everyone know, obviously, in Ox. So keep an eye out for that. If anyone else has, I'll post this in the Patreon chat as well, but if anyone else has this figure and they want to hop in, definitely let us know. And, you can join our showcase as well. But from there, we'll pass it over to Eddie. Eddie, what'd you get new since last show? Anything?
I don't think I got anything. I don't remember if I showed.
Showed your
This or
models
not.
last time.
Did I show this? I know
don't
I
think
showed
so.
the.
Nope. Not the goofy note.
I
That's
showed
cool.
the Hades from the Hercules movie, but this was on sale on Amazon on Prime Day or whatever.
Yep.
I think it was cheap. It was like $10 maybe, and these normally sell for like $20 to $30. So it is the pop VHS cover of a Goofy movie. It's an Amazon exclusive, and he's doing the perfect cast with the little stake there that I don't know if you guys
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the movie, but that's for Bigfoot.
With his son. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
I
good
need to
movie,
rewatch
so.
that movie, but it's
think that's
super
all I got.
nostalgia. Speaking of which, Eddie, I have a question for you with these. Brent and I talked about a couple shows ago when you weren't on.
Yeah.
With these ones, you know how they're plastic already?
Yeah.
Do you need cases for these?
No. They have I'm sure they make cases if you want to put it in a case, but I'm cool leaving it like that. It's in a case. But I'm sure they make like slip covers that go over the entire thing. I could probably send you some if you really want one. Like send you like the sites that have them.
Yeah. Yeah, I might need that. I think there's two that I want because I have the Venom, that 90s McFarland Venom one.
Oh, that's
and
a
then
sick
that-
one, dude.
That Moon Knight one. But anyways, yeah,
Okay.
that's a cool pickup. I love the Goofy movie. I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheese Whiz always makes me think of that stupid movie.
Cheesy. Leaning Tower of Cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so I had a okay week here. Majority of mine were actually catching it. I picked up my box for comics, which is a lot of Axe, Moon Knight's Annual, and then the Predator and Alien comics that are going on right now.
Nice.
But I got this in, and I
Oh.
don't think I'm going to do anything with this because I think I want to do this as an option for a giveaway with the listeners.
Wow.
So what this is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive War of the Bounty Hunters Black Boba Fett in disguise. So you can kind of see there.
It's called. Is it called like the Arena or something? Arena Boba Fett?
Boba Fett in disguise is what he's listed at. Oh, you can't.
The
really
hot toy, I think, was Arena.
Yeah, it might be. But they call it Boba Fett in disguise. There's like a little storyline in the inside thing. I will say the box is by far and away the coolest part of this. I think it's freaking awesome. It's like super holographic, super shiny. My
It's
box
like a carbonite box.
Yeah, pretty much. It came in pretty decent shape too. But I'm trying not to open it as much as possible, like in the Velcro, so the Velcro things don't pop off.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to do it as a giveaway option, so you guys can look forward to that when we get to that point. I also got this in, and this was just yesterday, so I haven't got a chance to take them out yet.
Dude, sick.
For Mami Ami. This is the Mafex Spider-Man Black costume comic version.
Nice.
And this one's been going like hotcakes, but I think he's still on pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. If you want him, you might be able to find him on some of the overseas companies. I haven't really checked.
We gotta enable Brenton to get that to go with his Venom.
Yeah, right. They look good together. Someone posted it.
Yeah.
I was messing around with this guy last night. I just put him back in the meantime, but it's the Mezco Wolverine. Finally got him through my comic book shop. It was really annoying. They were saying I kept asking him about it because that's it's been like since June since it came out. I'm like, any update, guys? And they're like, oh, it says June of 2023. I'm like,
what the
June
fuck?
of 2023? It's been out for
June of
6 months
2022. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm like, you sure the year? And they're like, yeah. They even showed me the page that Diamond was showing on their system. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound right. I'd be surprised if it fulfills if it's that long. And they're like, yeah, we'll keep you updated. And then like, sure enough, the next week they're like, hey, it's in. So, yeah, really cool figure. The base in that makes it. All the effects with his claws are awesome. He's a really well done figure overall. A lot of fun. His suit doesn't bunch up when you kind of articulate him and things. But
doesn't it have like 6 different heads?
Yeah, 5 or 6. He's got I think 4 or 5 different claws.
Yeah.
Because he's got like the regular bone claws, and then he's got the adamantium metal ones, of course. I don't think any of them are actual metal. I checked that. The Sentinel base is enormous, and it's like a solid piece. And one thing that's cool, for whatever reason, I missed this in the original promo for it, in the promo pics for it, where they were kind of showing it off, because there's actually there's a slot in the actual base that they're clear stands that with the waist grabber on them wrap around. And you can put that in that base. You can have them like jumping around on that Sentinel, and it's really cool. I didn't know it did that. I don't know if I missed it, or if that's just kind of an added little feature they gave with that. But as far from what I remember, the pictures, I didn't really see anything with that.
Did that severely drop the Tiger Stripe Wolverine in value? The original?
That's a great question. Their original MDX.
that used to sell for like 200 minimum, right?
Yeah, sometimes it got to a point where it was higher than that. I actually don't know that question. Just looking online, it did. You know, it's ranging from about 120, and of course there's or like 130 on to 180, and there's a ton on eBay now. They're never like they used to kind of be tough to find, but
Yeah, they were hard to get.
yeah,
That was like one of the more sought after Mezco figures.
I have one too, and
Oh wow.
this one obviously just blows it away by a lot. Yeah, so it is like 8 interchangeable head portraits, removable,
Wow.
and then the mask where it's pulled down. But yeah, his screaming mouth, like where he's like yelling, that's really cool. I like that a lot. And then, like I said, his effects are really cool. His slashing effects, they're like clear plastic pieces that the claws kind of fit in between.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, he's got 2 belts and like a 3rd belt buckle that you can adjust in. The Sentinel has like an eye and it's light up. Yeah, it's definitely a must for any Wolverine fan. I think Usby and I were talking, and he's a fan of Wolverine. That's one of his favorite characters, and we were saying how this is pretty much like the ultimate Wolverine if you're gonna have one that's out there right now. So yeah, fantastic figure. Love that one. I can see why that one is high on everyone's list for figure of the year as well. I also got this from
cool.
Macy's of all places. If you guys know, Macy's now has like Toys R Us inside it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think a lot of people know. So if you're Christmas shopping or, you know, figure shopping for yourself, check Macy's out. I found mine on Punched, which is the biggest reason I got it. There's
Nice.
another one there, and it was punched. And you can kind of tell this one's like wants to get punched out and it just hasn't. But so what this is the Marvel Legends retro 5 points of articulation Amazing Spider-Man Venom figure. So he's pretty big. It's quite a bit bigger than Spider-Man. And then last but not least, thanks to Steven Percha, he reminded me that this guy was out. Otherwise, I probably would have missed out on him. But it's the Rebor Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's kind of supposed to be the more updated, scientifically accurate T-Rex out there. So he's got like, you know, the lips. He's definitely a big, bulky guy. Like what they're saying that a lot of dinos that we've seen or that we've kind of recreated, we have shrink wrapped our idea of them by that, just, you know, making everything skin tight around the bones. In reality, they're starting to think they're a lot more hefty, like these, you know, bigger, kind of girthier animals. So really cool, bendable tail, really thick. But yeah, really cool figure overall. This guy's really nice overall. I like him. And I don't think it's almost too hard of material to bow like what Zax did years ago. I think Rebor's gotten past that, thank God. But yeah, and then not small talk related, I got in a 501st Hot Toy Trooper because I had the deluxe and I wanted the regular one. And then I got the new Death Trooper Black Chrome version.
Oh,
I know a lot of people were curious about what? What were you gonna say?
It was an exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah. I know a lot of people were like curious about the color on that, but it's fairly black to me. Like a chrome black. I think where a lot of people get confused is like black is not really a color you can technically chrome. It's like kind of hard to, so I think in any sort of lighting it comes off as like a brown or rustic kind of thing, but it's not really that. It's just kind of how it looks. But I like that one. That one's a lot of fun. And yeah. So that was my week there.
Nice. Good week.
Any questions, concerns? All right. On to the news here. Oh, and sorry, Sean, you should have reminded me. We have pictures. Sean took some really good pictures of his Galactus. So there's his son with the box that it came in the shipper. Good lord. Yeah, that is the artwork on the back is awesome. Sean, you're on mute, by the way. Is he
Just
still
let
on
him-
mute for you?
Yeah,
Sean,
just
you're
let him.
still on mute.
I'm on mute. I'm an idiot. No, I was saying I was saying that the box is about the same size as my 4-year-old, and Galactus himself is the size of the baby. So
So you were in shape to hold him.
yeah, I'll take more pictures for scale.
That's
But yeah, this was the packaging. It was packaged really nicely with just the little blister plastics there, and all the styrofoam that was in there was really secure in there. The next one is just a close up of the way that the head comes. So it comes with the just kind of like this piece.
Yeah, the just the
and
mouth
then-
piece kinda.
And then it was the Doom head. And the figures were in there pretty good. All in all, it's just really nice packaging. And the light
Question.
up feature. Yeah.
Real quick, do you think you'll be able to repackage this?
Oh, yeah.
You will.
Definitely.
Like
I
if
think
you
so.
have to send it back, like in the same, or sell it to someone in the box.
Yeah.
And everything.
The cool thing is that it came with a double shipper box. So it had an
Sure.
outside shipper box, and then on the inside was the next one that was keeping the box art nice and clean. So total of 3 boxes for mine.
Nice. Okay. Let me catch up in the chat here. Some of these pops are cool with the backgrounds. Yeah, I agree. That's really the only thing that's kind of gotten me into them. I almost bought some, but swore I wouldn't buy pops again. They had Star Wars hard case one. Box is fire. Lane, how's it going? And then, yeah, Bad Fish. I think that's just you. I don't think we've sputtered at all. But, sorry, Sean, keep going here. This looks the best. This looks like an awesome one.
That's definitely that faceplate and like that is like the best one, I think. And then got them all set up on the hands. It's real finicky. Like you have to get it just in the right spot or they're gonna fall off. But
I was gonna say your surfers kind of like defying gravity there.
yeah, like I was trying to get them to lean over as far as possible, and that was before I figured out that the base had the articulation right there. So, and then
That's cool
Frankie
looking.
and Surfer right there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I want one. I knew I would, but I'll be able to. I think if I was able to hold off on the Razor Crest, I was gonna be able to hold off on this guy. But objectively speaking, this is, I think, a better, well done one. But all right, so moving on here to the news. We'll start off as always with Mezco. With Mezco, we actually had some news here for the longest time. We just had kind of teases and not a whole lot to go off of. But we finally got our Robin after years and years and years of no Robin. We finally got one from Mezco, and I can't remember how many Batmans in we are. I think we got to be in the 20s of Batmans before we got our first Robin. But so we got Damian here, right? Eddie, your Robin's good. This is Damian, right?
I don't know. It looks like Damien.
Yeah, I believe that's who it's supposed to be. Kind of be, yeah. Damian Wayne's rebellious troublemaker has been trained by assassins since birth. Blah blah blah. So yeah, So soft goods cape, obviously. I think this looks good. I think I was talking with someone in the Patreon chat. It might have been Ekwan. Wasn't the biggest fan of his soft suit or of his red part of his suit. He thought it kind of looked fake, but I think it looks really good. What it is, it's like this kind of hard hard rubber / plasticky. I don't know how to describe it. It's like
What they do on the Batman figures.
Yeah, it's like how they replicate fake armor on the Batman figures.
Yeah.
And you can still pose them really well then. And I think it looks good. It looks like a solid plastic piece if you just look at it in this picture. But you can kind of tell it underneath it's got that spandex suit. So I think you'll be able to pose this guy really well. But he comes with a removable face mask, 3 interchangeable heads, 11 hands, and then his bow staff, katana, bow, 3 arrows, Berdarang throwing effect where like he's throwing it out of his hand, the grapple gun, wrist mount, and then open hook and integrated posing wire for that. So, and then a couple Berdarangs to go along with that. So it comes pretty loaded out, pretty much, I would say everything you'd want from him, right, Eddie?
Yeah, he comes with everything you would expect Robin to come with.
Yeah, right. Badfish said the chest armor in some of these photos doesn't look real. You can see one photo. You can see one of the photos looks totally different from another. I don't know. I don't know if I see that.
But if it was armor, people would say it's not articulated enough. Look at what's his name? Gambit. Gambit's real armor, and people were annoyed that he didn't have any ab articulation. So, it's hit or miss. I think it looks good enough to, like Dylan said, it looks good enough to replicate armor, and you get the best of both worlds. It looks like armor, but you get the articulation. I don't think. The only thing that would concern me is like wear and tear over time, because if that material cracks or something, but I don't think it's been known to crack on any of the other figures they've done so far. So
I think
you're
that's
fine.
why they keep. Yeah, I think that's why they keep using it, because it has done so well. But yeah, you'll have to show me that, Badfish, which single picture you're talking about. But
I think it's that one where you're
this one.
The
one where he's like running,
because you can see the waves and stuff.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, that would make sense. It doesn't bother me a ton. I'm glad that essentially, like you said, Eddie, it just comes down to would have you rather the real looking armor, like what Gambit had, or this guy? And yeah, you're right. A lot of people knock that Gambit one, even though it looks amazing for having no chest or articulation in the front area. And now the Mafex one is like one of the most sought after Gambit figures out there, because you can articulate him all over the place. But
yeah, I think it looks good.
I think it looks good. I'm pretty excited about it. I can see that now being an issue, and maybe if you get up closer, in maybe some of those really, I guess, dynamic poses, you'll get some of that bunching. No, you're good, Badfish. Don't worry about it. This is good. It's good. Good conversation. I just didn't see it. I'm not like disagreeing with you or anything. I think you're right with the little bit of rolling there in the sleeve area. But yeah, I think it's, for me, passable, just because I would have rather had it like that. And the biggest thing for me is that it looks kind of like a one solid piece, right? As far as armor, like, I can get past that, whether it's real armor or not, but it's, for me, I just want it to still look like kind of one solid piece, and I think it does that fine.
Go back to the picture with the screens behind him. Did they tease any figures in there? Because I feel like I see Freeze, and I don't know if they've ever done a Freeze. Is that Freeze?
Yeah, he's been one of the longer pre-order ones.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
now
I think he's second longest delayed outside of 89, second or third.
They showed it at like Comic-Con 18 or something.
No, he's
19?
up. He's been up for pre-order.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We probably talked about it too. I just don't remember.
He's just been up for like 2 years, so
Oh, okay.
2.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, he's been a notoriously bad delayed one. The rest of these we've all seen. I think this one's Flash or what's
Reverse. It looks like reverse
Flash. Got Harley Quinn, Joker, Black Skull, Doomsday. I think this guy
Darkseid.
here is, Darkseid. I think this guy here is Darkseid as well. We got Catwoman, Black Adam, and then Two-Face here in the background.
Okay.
So I think we've gotten everything. Deathstroke right here. Oh no, this is KG Beast. But
Yeah.
that just made me think this guy will go so well now with like a Deathstroke. That could be awesome.
Yeah.
You could set up some really cool fighting there. Because I'll always say Deathstroke. I'm biased because he's one of my favorite characters. But I think one of their best, most well done figures that they've done, especially for how old it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, we had the Theodore Sodcutter Deluxe Edition go up for pre-order on Mezco's website. This was an MDX. Robin was a regular release, so you can get that through, your local comic book store if they do Diamond, or anywhere that resells Mezco. Like I said, with those ones, I would say everyone always asks me where to pre-order Mezco. I would just say anywhere that you can try and find free shipping or the cheapest shipping. But yeah, so anyways, this guy is a Mezco Direct exclusive. He's only on their website, and I believe he's still up right now. And he's going to be until he sells out essentially. So I would get him right now if you're on the fence. A lot of people, I think, are waiting until they get paid on Fridays. I saw a lot of people in the comments comment that, so I would assume he won't make it into the weekend. But he is $120. And he's listed as a buy now, so they'll take money out right away, but they say allow 4 to 6 weeks to ship. So it's going to be a wait for him yet, but you'll have to pay for him up front here. This is kind of their own line that they're starting. I think horror related that they're doing. It's called Gangrene Estates. Hey, is it Casus World?
Casus World.
Casus World. Hey, man. Thanks for joining here tonight. What'd you say, Eddie? Sorry.
He's a statue guy. He has a channel too, if you guys want to check him out. He's doing a statue giveaway right now for an Iron Spider, the next M Iron Spider. So check out his channel.
Nice.
Over on Casus World Collectibles.
Sean just got all...
Yeah.
Okay, so back to this guy's Theodore Sodcutter is his name. He's kind of like an undead zombie ghoul looking guy. I don't really know how to describe him. He's got like a
kind of looks like Igor from
kinda super
like
long arms. Like his arms are really long, and his face doesn't really look like a human face.
Yeah,
but a lot of people expect them to come out with quite a few more versions of this guy, or of other characters from Gangrene. They came out with a stop motion video. Go to any of their social media and watch that. They tease, I think, 3 or 4 total 112 scale figures in that. And this guy was the first guy we got for Halloween theme. I love Halloween theme figures, to be honest. But so he comes with 6 interchangeable heads, and then one of them has the light up feature, or might be 2 or 3 of them have the light up feature. Some of them are pretty freaky too.
And the
like eyes bulging out of his head. Yeah.
I like the one on the top left, that kind of like grin, like scary grin, and then I like the long jaw, that like long one that looks crazy.
Yeah, you can do like I said, their stop motion that they've been doing is really fun. And
they tease any werewolves in that stop motion? I gotta check that stop motion out. I'd be into like werewolves or like vampire type things.
I know. We talked about their 5 point. They did their own kind of 5 points line before. Of it was a recreation of a lot of Universal monsters. They weren't branded as Universal monsters. It was kind of just their own like werewolf, Dracula, whatever. And they were really cool design. It was kind of Mezco-fied versions of them. So I wouldn't put it past them to eventually release a werewolf, Eddie. I could definitely see them. And if they do, I wouldn't be surprised if they do real like fur on it.
I'm thinking
That
it
would
would
be
be
my-
like that Moss Man thing they did, or
Yeah,
Flocked.
right. Yeah,
Kinda.
I would say it might be. I don't know if it'll be like that short of flocked like that, but I think they'll do like longer fur like that.
I'd be cool either way, sculpted
Yeah.
or fur. I mean, they did sculpted for their like Kong figures, and that looked good to me. So either
That's
way.
true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I bet, or maybe they'll mix it and they'll do like the sculpted like body of the werewolf, and then kind of the main area. That's where they'll
Oh
make it
yeah,
the. So, anyways,
That'd be cool.
I would love to see them do one. But he's got 14 different hands, and they're super like long, like gray, skinny fingered hands, and then three top hats. And then he comes with a shovel, pickaxe, a lantern that lights up, and then a head that fits in a bag that he comes with. And then he has a tombstone that says Theodore Sodcutter rests in this spot, dug his last grave, and laid down to rot.
It's cool.
Yeah, and I think you can actually tie. They showed pictures of that tied to his back. I don't have any here, of course. I think in this one technically it is. But they tie it. They tie the tombstone to his back, which is kind of cool. And then he'll come with a 32-page magazine comic book, which will be cool. I love when they kind of try and tell their own background of it, of their characters. But yeah, I got this guy. I'm really excited by him. I was getting sick of the different Krigs and redos of repaints of their figures they've already done. So this is fresh. I know it's not licensed, what a lot of people are complaining about, but I'm fine with it. They came out, they gave us a Robin already for pre-order. I think Death Dealer is finally going to ship soon, which is another long delayed one. So that's some good news.
Yeah.
That's some good news. But yeah. So moving on to Mafex here. We have, I think we already showed off RoboCop, the first one that they're doing. Now we are looking at a RoboCop 2. So this is number 196 for them, and it's they call it Murphy Head version. This guy will be about $100. He'll range anywhere from 80 to 100, I would say, depending on where you get him from, and due of September of next year. That's so far out. But anyways, this guy looks
a good likeness.
I thought so too. That's what I was gonna say. I think the paint I thought was a little bit more purpley than what I remember.
Yeah.
But it's been a really, really, really long time since I've seen this. What do you?
Yeah, it looks a little more than I haven't seen this movie, but I know when NECA did theirs, they had that purple blue hue to it, and this one looks a little more vibrant than that one did.
Yeah, kind of cotton candy colors.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
but
I don't hate
people
it.
Won't.
It screams like 80s, 90s, late 80s,
Yeah,
early 90s. But yeah, this I think the face portrait head sculpt looks really good overall. I think that figure looks fun. And then the second one that they did was a Space Jam, a New Legacy Mafex LeBron James. And this is number 197. Also, in the $80 to $100, November of 2023 for next year. So this is obviously LeBron James from Space Jam, and a lot of soft goods on this. I'll be honest, I still haven't seen this movie, and no one has said anything about it to make me want to see it. But I am impressed with their soft goods. It's a little
They
on
did
the
a lot.
end. Yeah, well, the whole thing is, right? Like, what's supposed to be soft goods is the shoes look good.
The shoes.
The socks, his
The sleeves,
leg bands,
yep.
whatever they're supposed to whatever they're called, is uniform. It doesn't look like it rides up. Like, it doesn't look, I don't know, unreal on him or like awkward. I think it
Shoes
fits
look
fine.
really good, and they
Yeah.
have the symbol on there.
Yep.
So I'm thinking they're licensed by Nike.
One thing that I saw right away, and it's pretty minuscule, but the ends of the
Yeah,
bands,
I
how
had
they almost fray up, kind of.
yeah. I had the Jordan, the Bulls home game like suit, and he had that. He had the sleeve, and yeah, it hides the elbow joints, which is cool. But yeah, the end can fray a little bit on them, and it's annoying. I had to burn a couple. All you do is take a little lighter to them, and they singe right off. You know, it's not a huge deal, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, the fact that I could just look at that and tell you it probably will do that is kind of a problem, but overall the rest looks good for someone who doesn't specialize in soft goods like Mafex. I think it's good. I think the face portrait is fine. The eyes look kind of tough in my opinion.
The bottom
But,
right
like-
one is the one I'm having problems with. Like,
Yeah.
well, he is a Toon in part of this movie, right? Like he goes
is
to
he?
Toon Land or Toontown or whatever the hell. Just
Yeah,
the same
but I
way
don't-
that Jordan did for a minute. So, I mean, you could always say that. Like, and it looks a hell of a lot better than the Hasbro Sport line or whatever their starting lineup head sculpt did. So, yeah, I think it's fine. This made me really excited to see. I'm hoping that they do Michael Jordan in his Space Jam costume, and then I'm
That would be
hoping that
pretty
they
good.
don't stop there and they give us the Looney Tunes. Like, do the
That would
whole
be
lineup,
cool.
man. I got 2 art prints from a recent con or like art con that they had out here, and I got the whole lineup of the Monstars and the like Michael Jordan and all the Toon Squad. And I would love to have figures to like put in front of those prints. It would be sick.
Yeah, that would be. Okay, so yeah, and then Silver Ball with some effects, but overall, not a whole lot to provide with him. I would say that's one area you're maybe not getting money's worth, but they at least went all out with the soft goods, like I said. So I think that's kind of where they make it up for
Yeah.
in the process. But moving on to McFarland. So we got a little bit of news here. They are launching, and you can make of this of what you want. But McFarland is starting their own digital kind of store section. They're calling it McFarland Toys Digital. And as far as I know, they just seem like NFTs, toy NFTs. What they say is that for their first line here is it says this November place an order on the McFarland Toy Store for over $100 or more and use the promo code digital at checkout to receive 1 free Spawn Launch Series digital collectible while supplies last. In addition, the top 500 spenders in the store for November will be rewarded 3 additional Spawn Launch Series digital collectibles. This is the first ever McFarland Toys digital launch digital collection featuring appearances from Spawn, Redeemer, and Clown. Collect the whole set for secret awards. As first step, connect to your McFarland Toys store account, email, and digital wallet using the button below. Only connected email and wallets will be eligible for digital collectibles. So you'll do that on their direct online store. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be kind of a long going thing. They said there's going to be new features that will constantly be added to enhance the value of your collection in the collecting universe. And then they provide a sneak peek of some of the features in their 2023 roadmap, like synchronous multiplayers, platform support, posable characters, staking and burning, avatars, all kinds of things look like they're coming. So, just wanted to point that out. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I kind of wondered if they were gonna start doing something like this because I was thinking that the cards that they were doing in the with the figures could be something like that. You know, just like more of a physical NFT than just like digital on the web kind of stuff. But I mean, this kind of stuff is hot. You know, people are interested in it, so it's cool, especially if you're a Spawn fan.
Yeah, I thought NFTs were kind of on their way down, but it's
I thought
it's
so too.
obviously
I thought they were
obviously
losing
a different
popularity.
Right.
I feel like when you're a kid and your dad or whoever, grandpa, doesn't understand what the hell is going on. Like, that's how I feel with this. Like, you want to pay $100 to not have anything? Like, kind of like, I don't know, like all the video games where you do add-ons
But it's
and
an
shit
investment.
like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. If I had a kid right now and they were like, "Daddy, you gotta give me let me get this digital collectible," I'm like, "What the fuck is it? You're gonna pay $100 and just look at a picture on your phone? I could go on Google Images and send you a picture for free right now."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't get this stuff, man. I don't get it.
It's the only appeal I see to it is, as collectors of action figures, how often do we complain about space? And this is something that doesn't take up much space.
Because it doesn't exist. Because it doesn't exist. You know what I'm thinking? Like, is there a black market somewhere with like screenshotted images of a NFT? Like, he screenshot it, he's selling it on the black. I got a screenshot of an NFT, guys. You could collect it in your collection. You know, like, I don't know. This whole shit's weird to me. I don't even get it. I don't.
Do you guys want to come over and see my digital NFT collection?
Nerd. No. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how popular it is. I don't know. I want to dabble just to like experience it essentially and to like tell people about it, but I don't want to like spend a lot of time
drugs
or money into it. That's fair. So they also They teased their second dragon from their old McFarland's Dragons line. So this is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this, but Cyberas or Cyberas from the Berserker clan tease. What?
Say the first one again. Cyber ass. No, I think you're still stuck on the
Cyberus.
NFT.
Cyber is Sybaris. Before here, I'll just
I think
post
it's
it in the chat.
Cerberus.
No, it's not Cerberus. I know what I know how to read.
It's definitely not ass.
Cyberus is might be the only. Yeah, it could be Cyberus.
Okay, I've
Shut
had
the
enough.
fuck up, Eddie. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
good now.
So we'll have more info on that one. But I think Toy Arc pointed to the other dragon being, what was it, $39.99. So this one might be the same. Fairly cheap in my opinion for it, but it's essentially a plastic statue. So yeah,
The other one that they did, have you guys seen those? Like, is the other one in stores? I never seen.
I haven't seen it in
yet.
stores, but it's up for sale. You can buy it on their website and everything right now. I think
These are cool. You know, these would go cool with your guys' Mythic Legions, man.
I actually want that Skyrim dragon that they have out, that gold one.
Oh, okay. I've seen
That's what I wanted to get.
I've seen like the Game of Thrones ones, and I think I've seen the Skyrim one. They did. Didn't he do the Harry Potter ones too? The Horntail and all that. I think I've seen those.
Possibly. Oops. So this is the first one that he came out with, the Series 8
Yeah.
Eternal Clan.
Those are cool, man. I haven't
This
seen
one-
that. If I seen that in the store, I might be tempted to pick it
This
up.
one always reminds me of the dragon from Shrek, though.
Oh man,
Every time I look at it, that's what I think.
kind
of.
of does. I want it. That would make me want it more.
Yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. It's very detailed. I think they do a good job, and for $40, you get your money's worth out of it. But
Nice.
so the other releases, there wasn't a lot from McFarland this week, actually. But there's a few more releases from Seven Deadly Sins. I don't know anything about this, so bear with me. We have Meliodas. Is it Demon Mode? And this guy's $20, 1999, due December 1st of 2022. And then also from the Seven Deadly Sins anime, there is King, also $20, comes with the dog, I think that's what it is. And then also due December 1st of 2022. So next up, we had they released their kind of second wave of Avatar 7-inch figures. They did their smaller ones too, but we'll just kind of run over the bigger ones. So Avatar: The Way of Water collection wave is up. This includes Tanawari from The Way of Water, $24.99. All of these ones that aren't mega figs, and also due in November. And then we got Jake Sully, the Reef Battle version. And then we have Neytiri with Reef Look, where she's got like a big bow and everything. And then to get into some of the mega figs, we have the Crab Skimwing, which is kind of like a mechanical robot that I think hovers over the water, might even go in it. We don't know yet. We don't know anything about any of this because aren't we still like 2 months away from this movie?
I think so.
It's
Is it
December.
in December?
Was it December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're still a ways away, I guess. But yeah, we got a ways to find out how hot these are gonna be. But the other one is we have the actual like Skimwing. This guy is like the actual animal. Sorry, the one I was talking about was the crab suit. The Skimwing is kind of one of the things that I think they ride. And this is the mega fig again. The Skimwing though, instead of $39.99 is $49.99. So I'm guessing there's more to this one. But that's actually, to me, one of the cooler ones. I might, depending on that, how good that one looks in person, I might get that one. I don't know. And then there's a amp suit with Bush Boss FD11. So it's kind of a mech suit that they use there, and that one's also $40 and due in November.
I saw the first wave. I didn't see the 7-inch figures, but I saw the small 3 3/4 inch in Target, and I was staring at them for a while. The thing is like, yeah, they look cool. The 3 3/4 ones look like really cheap, like just poorly, like they're really just really cheap. I don't know how to, like, the paint isn't that great. I was staring at them like they're really cool. I like them, but like I don't want to buy them. And then what sucks about the 7-inch line is like all the 7-inch stuff is like this movie and not the previous movie, right? So like none of the 7-inch stuff. There's not a Jake Sully from the first movie in 7-inch. That's all the small scale stuff. So it's like I'd rather have the first movie.
I thought we covered the first one. The first wave was first Avatar movie stuff. I think you weren't there for that show when we covered them, because I think Dean was with.
Oh, okay. Because I thought the 7-inch stuff was all the Way of Water stuff.
No, there's a Colonel Miles.
I saw that and the suit, the amp suit too.
And then there's a Neytiri and Jake Sully from the first movie.
Oh, okay.
In 7-inch.
I might pick those up if I see those in store.
Yeah,
I might end up wanting these too when I watch this movie, so they're cool. It's taken long enough to get like Avatar stuff in figure form.
It is kind of, it is odd. I think we talked about that when we were talking about Wave 1, we're like, God, why wasn't there more attached to that movie? It seemed like
Yeah.
maybe there was and we don't remember it, but I don't know. Okay, so from there we'll move on to Super 7. So Super 7 had had 2 Ultimates waves to cover, so they had some good bit of news here. Their first one was Thundercats Ultimates. This is their Wave 7. They're all $54.99 due July of 2023. And it comes with Snarf, Ritaro, and then we had Mongor. Mongor actually looks pretty cool.
He looks like
And-
Krampus, kind of.
Yeah, he does.
He
That's a
does
good
look
call.
cool.
And then Willa. And Willa looks like the most cartoony out of them all, I would say, but I would say they all look
I
freaking
like his
good.
name.
Who's?
The second one.
Ritaro. All of their names are funny.
Yeah, but if you add a
Snarf.
D in that one, he's canceled.
Yeah.
I like Snarf.
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe
Snarf?
it's taken. What wave
Yeah.
is this?
7.
Wave
That's what I
This
was
is
gonna
wave
say.
7, and we're barely getting Snarf. He's
Yeah.
a staple, man.
I know. We should have. It's been a long time coming. So it does seem like the line is doing well. If they're on wave 7,
Yeah.
they got to be doing decent by now.
They look
so.
amazing. I look at them and I still think like I would love to have a couple of these, especially Snarf. I like Snarf. He was like a little idiot.
Did you watch this? Watch
A
the
little
show?
bit. It's like one of those cartoons that was like either really late at night or really early in the morning, like before all the current cartoons for me. So like
yeah, right, because it was like boomerang stuff for us.
yeah,
right?
that was like Thundercats, He-Man, all that kind of stuff was like
Yep.
phasing out by the time I was watching cartoons that I can remember.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I didn't watch it a ton either, but this was always on This was one of those things that was always on TV, and I never paid much attention to it. Dad really liked this, but so the other one of Ultimates that they released was Ultimates Wave 1 for Star Trek The Next Generation. Ben, where are you, boy? So this one is their first wave's gonna include data, depending if you're an asshole or not. And then we have is it Guinan, which is Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Whoopi, man. That's a great likeness. Cause even from the previous picture, I was like, damn, that's Whoopi. Looks just
Yeah.
like her.
I thought they did pretty well on all these as well.
Is it
to
funny
be
they put
honest.
her in the color purple? Oh, ho, ho.
That's what she wears.
Do you get it?
No.
No, but I like the movie The Color Purple. She's in that.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Okay, never mind, Dylan. It went. Sean knew what I was talking about.
The only thing I remember her from was what was it? Touched by an Angel that she was in.
Nope. I remember her from
Sister, what was it? A Sister Act?
Ghost. She's in Ghost,
Oh yeah.
and
Yep.
yeah, Sister Act was a big one. Yeah,
Okay.
that's funny though. I didn't know she was in Star Trek.
I knew she was for I don't know how long she was, but I knew she was in it for a little bit. Commander Riker, which is one of the main guys, I think, right? And then we had is it Locutus of Borg? Locutus.
That's a great likeness, too.
Of Borg. Yeah, and this one looks good. Overall, I think they're obviously not, the high-end 1/6 scale things that you want. There's already, a niche for that. But I think, like, there's a lot of little things that you want from these, if you're a fan of the show, I gotta think that you're interested in these, right? These are...
Well, ask Ben. You're gonna have to
I don't know.
ask Ben and see if he's interested.
I think these look like a lot of fun. They come with a lot of things. You can do a lot of things with them. You can kind of just mess with them and, be done with them. I think that's going to be these. I hope these kind of do well and are a hit, and they come out with a ton more. I hope we're talking about Wave 7 in a year for these. And that's actually like waves, 6 more waves in under a year actually isn't out of the norm for, yeah, it maybe is an exaggeration, but out of the norm for Super 7. It seems like they release, what was it with Simpsons that we were making fun of them for, that they released like 3 waves before we got the first one
First
released
one.
or
All of
some
them.
shit
Yeah.
like that.
They did that with. They're doing that with Disney too, and with the Nickelodeon stuff, and
The Animaniacs,
yeah, they're all like several lines shown. Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. They showed them at the con, at one of the cons, like 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely one of those. They're in that boat where they show a lot of stuff and take a little while.
Yeah. Well, then it's like how like on your release dates, like how far back are you pushing them? You know, you're
right.
releasing or you're
Well,
previewing so much stuff.
they don't push a lot of stuff. As far as I know, they don't have a shit ton of delays like Mafex and Mezco. And to be honest, Mafex has gotten way better. They've slowed up on their delays as much as like Mezco. Mezco is actually not terrible either with their new stuff. They're like things that have been up for 2 years just keep getting pushed out. And there's quite a few things that have released in that meantime. But yeah, I don't think Super 7's on the same level as them. But Sean, how you feeling overall? Do you want to take over NECA, or I can just run through it if you want?
Yeah, if you want to run through it for me.
Yeah.
I'm
worries.
falling, man, pretty fast.
All right. Okay, so for NECA, they're obviously doing the 31 Nights of Fright that we had mentioned. They showed off Jack Skellington and his lady. What's her name again?
Sally.
Sally.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So they teased them release of 2023, and this will be to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the movie. They also showed the Invisible Man Ultimate final packaging, which looks pretty good. They teased Misfits Ultimates coming for the Ultimate, I should say Ultimates or 7, Super 7. Misfits Ultimate figure. They teased that with the Tombstone. And then we got, it looks like we're getting a V2 for Ghostface from Scream. This will be an Ultimate one. This looks really good, I think. Not all of this is done. There's a lot of renders in the picture here, or just plain out drawings, not even renders of, 2 knives. It is cool that he comes with a bunch of different masks here that you can roll with. I don't know my Scream franchise being a 90s baby as much as I feel like I should. But I don't know. I don't know if this is like from the remade one, like 2022, or if this is a V2 of the original one.
It's supposed to have an all new body, and just crazy amount of accessories and stuff.
This must be from like one of the sequels in between that we didn't see or something. Like all those masks, because
yeah, it could, or kind of just they could be doing the thing where they're just gathering everything up and kind of just put it in one loaded figure. I love when NECA does that, like they did with that Pennywise figure, where they just put almost every head.
It had like 6 of them or something like that, right?
Yeah. Oh no, this one, the one I'm talking about, I did it as a giveaway for Fat Thai Kid. And it was I want to say like 15 heads. It was something ridiculous like that.
Damn.
It was like almost every head that NECA had done for the new Pennywise to that point. But yeah, so they showed this guy off quite a bit. There's a lot to him, it looks like he comes with a flamethrower. But then we also have the Universal Monsters Ultimate Dracula packaging teaser. And this guy looks good. I may pick this guy up if I see him. This I will pick up for sure. So one of the other teases they showed was the dog thing from the movie John Carpenter's The Thing. This is kind of where you kind of see the alien for the first time. Have you guys seen The Thing yet?
No.
Nope.
Oh my god, you guys need to. This is almost kind of a spoiler, but you guys should. It's a really well. It ages well, is in my opinion too. I think it's a classic. But this looks really good. There's not a whole lot that you can do as a figure with it, but I think it's looks like fun, just to kind of freak people out with. A lot of people are gonna see it and instantly know what it is. It's like kind of the first time you see the alien, I think. And you're just like, during that whole time, you're like, what the fuck is going on? So it does come with, it looks like it's going to be kind of a accessory pack type thing, since it's really just kind of a unarticulated dog. But looks like it'll be like 3 packs to it, kind of like the regular dog, the dog with an alien, or it might be just interchangeable heads, and then like the little mini dog as it's like kind of growing or changing. All right. And then another thing we're going to get is Back to the Future accessory set. This is $34.99. Pre-orders should be up already on their NECA store. Oh wait, no, I think they got this got pushed actually to Friday, is what I read.
We're not
somewhere.
looking at that, Dylan.
Yeah. There's no picture of it.
We're looking at
The Defenders of the Earth.
yeah, the Defenders.
Oh. Shit. Oh, do we not have pictures? We might not have pictures. Sorry.
It's on Toy Arc though, if you wanna.
Oh, that's okay. But anyways, the Back to the Future accessory set, that won't be up. I think that got changed to tomorrow, but that'll be on the NECA store and due for early 2023. So for the Defender stuff, this is what I was showing. This is the Earth Garax classic toy homage figure, NECA store exclusive, $29.99, and I think this one is up on their actual store, as far as I know. But yeah, if you want some more Defenders of the Earth, this is probably one that you should add, and I think they've gotten better on their store. I know a lot of people watching this have probably things more often than I do on there, so I think that should be pretty attainable there. And then they also teased from Gargoyles, the Macbeth teaser, and I think that was just for today or tomorrow, but we'll have to wait for more there. And yeah, I think that catches us up. I'm sure we'll have some bangers for next show, because they usually in the last couple days save a ton of shit for the end. My biggest hope is that they are waiting, or that we will get a tease for Bruce from Jaws, the shark. That is what I am hoping for. I'm kind of wishing in one hand, but
That's been a while though too, right?
Yes, we're almost going on, I want to say 2 years.
And then they just announced a few months ago. Was it Hooper?
Well, Hooper's been out. They've done a couple different versions of Hooper, but yeah, they announced like their figures they were coming out with that shark, like all at the same time, and we've gotten, I think, like 2 Hoopers. We've gotten Quint. We were supposed to get Chief Brody, but his estate like doesn't dish out his license. Like I think they've pretty much said we'll never see a Chief Brody figure ever for whatever reason. Kind of sucks, but yeah, I've been waiting for so long for this Jaws figure that they teased us all those years ago, and still don't have it. So I'm hoping we get that towards the end here, but we'll have to see. So with that, I will pass it off to Sean.
Yeah, so for small talk trivia, we got Sam Gist with 1 point, Equan with 2, and Vintage with 2. And if you'll go on to the next slide. Yep.
All right, chat, everyone paying attention?
So this week's small talk trivia is: the Ghostface figure is inspired by the killer in the Scream films, but is not officially a Scream figure. In the past, the license costume was from what company? Go to the next one. Is it A, Premier Costumes, B, Carnival Company, C, Scream Costumes, sorry, or D, Fun World?
I say B if I had to guess. Obviously,
I say
don't.
A. I think it's A.
Let's see. Let's let the chat go in a little bit.
So Badfish said B. Vintage. Hey, I didn't know you were here. Vintage said A.
So it could be either one of us, Dylan. Who knows?
B.
Give them a
All right,
couple
should we
more
give
seconds.
the chat? We got.
I know.
We got
Where's the chat
14.
B and C confused me. I thought Sean put 3 C's on there. I was like, what the hell? Fun World, huh? I would be surprised if it was that one.
Scream Costumes has got to be too obvious, right?
Yeah. It's got to be A or B.
All right. Looks
All
like.
right, I guess we'll call it.
Okay.
The answer was D, Fun World.
What?
Oh no.
Wow.
Thanks,
No worries.
absolute
Oh,
Erwin. He's came in just last second. No, I don't think so.
Erwin, where were you?
Did he say D before you said D?
No, he hit it as soon as.
He might have on his end because of the delay,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. That's up to you, Dylan. Do we give it?
I googled it after. I was like, damn it.
I feel like he said it
your thing.
like as you were saying it.
Yeah. It's up to you, Sean.
It's up to you, Sean. Yep.
We'll review the footage and get back to you guys.
Check the tape.
Yeah.
Check the tape.
Yeah, we'll have to see on how quickly that went up.
As long as you're being honest, absolute, we'll add you.
That means lie, Erwin.
All right. Yeah, my bad.
All right. So we'll go back to giving Sean a break here. We didn't have much for like Black Series, or we didn't get any. I was hoping for a little bit more on the starting lineup on the NFL side. We didn't get Black Series. We didn't get the Vintage Collection. We did get some Star Wars retro stuff, but I wanted to make sure that we're going to keep the show in a timely manner. So I did leave that out, and it seems like most of the chat seems to kind of talk shit anyways. So I don't know how many people actually care. We'll cover that. If you guys want to, if we have requests to beforehand, let us know. But from there, we will just move on to Marvel Legends. Sean, if you're struggling, I can get this. But if you're ready to go, go ahead. You're on mute too, just to let you know.
Damn it. That's twice. No, I'm good. Okay. So for Marvel Legends, they just announced this today. It was the Marvel Legends series Spider-Man and Carnage Pulse exclusive for $52.99, due out May 1st of next year. I think the Carnage looks really good. I like the head sculpt on him, but I mean, we get a lot. I feel like we get a lot of the Carnage, and it's just like another retro that they're gonna throw into the VCR boxes. But I think it's cool for a 2-pack, and the Spidey suit looks a lot more shiny than the other ones. So
it has that cell shading.
That cell shading, yeah.
With the Venom from the carded Venom, and then that Carnage looks really good for a Bagley head sculpt. I wonder if Brenton is like tempted by this because he loves that version of Carnage.
I will shamelessly say that I ordered this. I said I was going to, in my defense. I'm a sucker for the 90s animated stuff with Spider-Man. That was like my only Spider-Man content growing up. I know a lot of people are the comics. Mine was not. Mine was this TV show. And then when we got the live action movie, that helped out as well. but I have kind of the older mold of this Carnage, and it's well done. I do like it a lot. As far as I know, it's just different painting, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I mean, but the paint on like I guess it's like a scythe, right? Looks really cool with the black on it.
Yeah. I think overall it looks good. I like the old one, so I don't mind that it's the same, but you know, obviously I would prefer different every time. I just understand that's not
It's cool though that on his scythe that you still get the fist. You know, because I don't think the other one had the fist. Wasn't it just one piece?
Yes. I think it still is, isn't it?
No, what I mean, like though, like he didn't have a hand. Wasn't it just like his arm went into the scythe piece?
There was no fist.
Gotcha. Yeah, that might be right. I'd have to look at it again, open them up, and find them. Vintage said, "Whoa, people not like retros here. Got to show some damn respect for the dawn of figure collecting, dang kids." I agree. I do think like there's a lot of history to them. Maybe I'm over exaggerating and grouping Dean as everyone. Dean is really the only one that has anything to say about them, and he just shit talks them. But he is very, very protective over Star Wars. But yeah, Vintage. If I would have known you were gonna be here, I probably would have thrown him in. Sorry, man. We'll cover him next show just for you. I promise. But because I think there's a new wave. They're also so sporadic. That's the main thing with me is like we'll get like one wave. I think like an entire year. But the wave of the retro that we had was the Biker Scout, Princess Leia Organa in her Boosh outfit. We had the Skiff Guard Lando, Endor Han Solo, the Emperor, and then the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, I believe. So, anyways, Toy Mafia. He was 5 minutes behind. Oh no! How you Toy Mafia? How you like 2 hours early and then end up 5 minutes behind the show? That's the real question. But anyway, sorry. Going back to these legends, yeah, I ordered these. It was pretty easy for me. I'm a big Carnage fan, as everyone knows. I think this is a cool set. I really like the packaging. I'm always going to advocate for this VHS packaging. Yes, because I'm a 90s nostalgia sucker, like all of us are. I feel like, okay, I got a random question for you guys. Do you feel like we are more susceptible to nostalgia than our parents were?
Yes.
I think so too. I think we are such suckers for nostalgia.
I think our parents kind of fit into like their own little subgroups and stuff, but I don't think they're as like oh man, I wish I had this figure back when I was 10 or whatever, you know. For a lot of them it's about cars and, you know, and the movies and stuff like that, you know. I mean, my dad never collected like figures after he was a kid, you know. He never held on to any of that kind of stuff, but he was always a car guy. And same with Christina's dad, big car guy. He has a collection.
Even outside of like you know, figure stuff, I'm saying like just nostalgia period. Like nostalgia, you know, doesn't have to be directly figure related, but like what made me think of that was the stupid McDonald's Happy Meals that they did, like adult
the buckets
Happy
coming
Meals
back out.
Yeah, the adult Happy Meals, they came out, and instantly I was like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed that like I think that's cool. Yeah, but I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I feel like our generation is such suckers for that when like previous ones weren't that bad. But anyways, let me get to Vintage here in the chat. He said we didn't grow up with the original Kenner figures, but we didn't grow up with the original trilogy either, and it's still clearly the best Star Wars. The old figures are more like comic collecting than collecting for the sculpts or articulation. He said, my uncle, who is 60, is very nostalgic. Interesting. He said, my dad was just nostalgic about great films. That's a good thing to be nostalgic about. I would say that that's what a lot of us are. I feel like figure collectors, a lot of us are it's got to either be comic or movie based, right? For the most part, for our action figures. So it's pretty cool.
I think we're more widespread though. Like it's different. Like it's like Nickelodeon, it's Power Rangers, it's Cartoon Network. You know, it's like all it's like a whole like host of things.
Yeah. Badfish and my uncle has bought old toys from his childhood. Yeah, I guess my dad did too. He really liked, so I don't know if anyone knows what stompers are. They're kind of like RC, like little tiny, they're not RC, they're not remote controls, that's the wrong word, but they're electric geared toys. They're called stompers. I'm pretty sure that's what they were called. And what they did is that you could like pull with them, you could race them, you could do a ton of things. They would just go in one straight line, but you could like deck them out. You know, you could put different covers on them. There's tanks, there's cars, there's all kinds of things there that you could do with them. And my dad actually had he had his old set one time, and he had one of the what do you call them, the pull behind for the contests, where like the weight moves to the front slowly, and you'd have, you know, contests on who could get farther. Talking about his favorite adult film, Stompers. I don't know what that means. I don't get the correlation. Nice try though, buddy. I'm just kidding.
It sounds like a sex thing.
I know. I don't get how is Stompers related to sex stuff.
I don't know what Badfish is watching.
Yeah, Badfish. Maybe it's you. We gotta start
Curb
asking
Stompers.
questions about.
Jesus, man. I kind of remember what you're talking about. Not that anybody in my family had those, but I vaguely remember seeing those.
Well, they kind of redid them and came out when I was a kid again, and my dad saw them in the aisles and instantly bought them. He's like, "Don't you want these?" Like trying to pass them off as me wanting them, but it was like the one toy I didn't have to beg him to get or ever, and I was like, "I'll take a toy." So I guess he was nostalgic with his toys like that in a sense too. But
my mom is not. I try to get her to like buy pops and figures. Like Boss Fight Studios did a whole line of strawberry shortcake figures, and I was like showing my mom like, these are so cool, right? And she didn't give a shit. And then I showed her some Funko Pops of strawberry shortcake and Marilyn Monroe, and I think they had I Love Lucy and like different ones. I was like, dude, I even bought her an I Love Lucy one. She'll take it as a gift, but like she doesn't care. I don't know. Maybe they don't care as much. For them, like, I don't know what it is about toys. Maybe they didn't have toys as much, or I don't know. They just they don't care about that kind of stuff. Like my mom will have like a poster of Madonna on the wall in like a nice frame or something, or like have like things like that, but she won't have like figures or collectibles of it, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of Amanda too, I guess, and really a lot of females that I think about. That's probably why you don't see a lot of female collectors. I don't want to try and explain this. I guess I don't freaking know, but you don't see it seems like as many.
You feel like you fell into a hole there.
I did. I'm sitting here.
I don't know. I see all the thumbnails on YouTube.
Putting foot.
I'm sure you guys have seen the thumbnails of female collectors.
I have not. Show me.
Show me.
But I don't know. I know they played, like they had their toys, right? Like the Barbies and Bratz. I would always use.
I don't know if Adriana did. I should ask. We'd never talk about like what toys did you play with growing up, you know?
Amanda's told me a couple times how she had the Power Rangers, and her sister's favorite color is pink, so she always got the pink Ranger, and Amanda got stuck with the yellow Ranger.
Crazy, because you don't like Power Rangers at all.
I know nothing about him, but
she got stuck with the yellow Ranger.
Amanda,
Stop Asian hate.
It's funny. Amanda actually went through like kind of like an anime phase. Like she was into Sailor Moon and
Oh,
all of that back in the
Adriana
days.
was super into those too, actually.
I never even
How
like
old is it?
remember them being on TV. I don't know.
What's the age difference between you and Amanda? Is there an age difference? Or are you guys
year
saying?
and a half?
Oh, not. Oh, same with me and Adriana. Well, no, we're just like 3 months or whatever, but
Oh,
so pretty similar tastes.
yeah,
then.
we're pretty close.
What about you, Sean?
She liked Powerpuff
The age
Girls a lot.
difference?
Oh, I love Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, like, or like in general, did your wife grow up like playing with toys? Or?
Collecting is
She
mostly
always-
a degenerate male behavior.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
We're all fucking degenerates here.
She always talks about a story that she's like scarred by. Is her sister? She had a bunch of Barbies, right? So she did Barbies and Beanie Babies when she was a kid.
Oh, Beanie Babies were the
you
shit.
know, and she goes. One day she came home to all of her Barbie's hair was cut. It was just cut off, and her sister did it.
Wow, shaved the head.
Yeah,
off.
she was pissed. But other than that, she doesn't like nowadays. She doesn't collect. Like I've tried to get her into Funko Pops with like Harry Potter. You know, she's a big Harry Potter fan, and just like try to show her figures of them, and it's a lost cause. Like it wasn't a. I think I bought her like one pop of what were the guys called, the Dementors. So I bought her a
Oh,
Dementor
yeah.
pop, and she was like, "Okay, well, this is cool," but there was like nothing.
Oh, really?
So, and as far as the age difference, it's like 4 months.
Oh, we're all pretty similar then. That's cool.
Yeah. So they did a teaser of the Marvel Legends Pretty Boy. Honestly, have no idea who this character is, but he's gonna come with two
Wow.
guns, a blast, and a couple blast effects with it.
Is this the first time that we've shown a Marvel Legends figure and Sean has absolutely no clue who they are?
I don't know where they're pulling some of these guys, man.
I mean, Sean typically, like, you know, there's been figures he doesn't know much about, but he at least typically knows who they are. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard you say that.
Yeah, I don't know this one. I don't even know what like storyline he's from, like X-Men or Avengers or Daredevil, whatever, you know. But he's coming out.
Looks like an X-Men thing. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it feels like an X-Men thing.
And then the last thing from the Legends line is the War Machine, Marvel Legends War Machine. It's a color variant. It's black and blue. I think it looks really cool. I think I might pick this one up, but it's from War Machine's actual comic line. He's going to be $25.99, due out June 2023.
Are you gonna get this guy, Sean?
Yeah. I think I'm going to get him, and I'm going to get the retro carded War Machine.
Nice. Okay.
And then for the 3 3/4 retro, you're going to get the Marvel
That's awesome.
Legends 3 3/4 Ghost Rider with Hell Cycle for $25.99, due out June 2023. I think it's too much. The box looks cool, and it's cool that you're going to get the bike, you know, but it's the same price as a regular Legend for the 3 3/4 stuff. So,
Think so?
They didn't even bother painting the bike.
right, exactly.
Yeah, they should have at least painted the insides or something.
So I don't know. I don't know if this is just going to be the new norm for the 3 3/4. If they're going to do a deluxe, it's just going to be regular Legends price. But I'd be happy just getting the retro Ghost Rider without the bike.
I could see that. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool though.
Just a quick update on the Haslab. There is about 4 days left. The backers were supposed to be 9,000 to reach the goal. They are at 4,840, which is down from the 5,000 that it was when we last did the show. And they did another tier for 11
So bad.
for 11,000. It's Damian, Hellstorm. I completely hate the way they did this one. It's like they started seeing that it was going to fail instead of making the tiers go up with the more people they got, they kind of bottomed out with Mephisto being at 12,000, and then they went back to 10,000 to try to get more people, and then now we got an 11,000 tier. But all this guy's gonna come with is a trident and two extra hands, so nothing crazy on him.
Mephisto's son, right?
Yeah,
I think
Oh,
it's a
he
cool
is?
looking figure.
I didn't know he was Mephisto's son. Equan, there you are, bud. Said can't stay for this one, boys, in Mexico. That's all right. Just catch. You better catch up later on when you got a chance. Have fun in Mexico, buddy. Sorry, guys. What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna make it in 4 days.
yeah.
No.
I mean, it. You know, I sold the last of my comic book bins to this one guy last week, and we got to talking about the Haslab, and he was like, maybe it's just missed its mark, you know, as far as the figure itself. Like, maybe it's timed wrong. Its timing was wrong, but I mean, I know not Daredevil. I'm sorry, Ghost Rider is. He's fairly popular, and with Midnight Suns on the horizon, I feel like people are going to start wanting more of this. So I don't feel like on this one, I don't feel like it was us. You know, similar to the Rancor.
It could be the timing is off, but I also do think that they misjudge what will be popular and what won't. Like, they look at Galactus and Sentinel that a lot of people can want or relate to and like see the grandeur of.
But
and they
that was almost a fix.
Shut up for a second. But they don't.
Bitch.
I had to. But they had to. I think they like someone wanting to collect a Galactus is completely different than someone wanting to collect a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. Like the interests of both of those, you can't tell me should be like very close in that sense. And I think they should understand that. And I think with some of these less popular ones, just lower the goal. I don't think this is different than Rancor. I think maybe it is too expensive for what it is. That may be true. But you know, if it hits 12,000 and you get what is it, three 6-inch figures, you're looking at damn near $80
and a
right
7-inch. The Mephisto is going to be 7-inch.
Right.
I think
so. That's 4. So that's like $100 worth of just figures, and then all this stuff, plus the car. You know, I would say you're getting reasonable, but yeah, I think they had issues with trying to think that this was going to be bigger than it was.
Well, and you brought up Galactus, and I'm going to throw Sentinel in there too, but those were both things that they kind of redid better, you know, if you're going down like Toy Biz, the Build-A-Figure lines, things like that. Like, that was the biggest thing at the time for those figures, you know, and I feel like it kind of made sense to just redo it because you had those guys who had that Build-A-Figure who might want a bigger and better version of those, you know.
What do you think? Well, yeah, well that's kind of my point, is that there's going to be more people that want this. Like, I can almost,
right,
you know, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's many more people out there that want a Sentinel, you know, humongous Sentinel that's true to size from the TV show that we grew up watching and comic series, and a Galactus that is absolutely enormous. There's more people that want that than a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I'll be honest, I'm a very, very, very fair weather fan for Ghost Rider. I'm not very partial to him. I know that kills Eddie. He loves him. But like, is Robbie Reyes that popular?
I mean, in the comic he was the, like, before they go back to like Johnny Blaze and all those guys, you know, he's been the front runner for Ghost Rider for a while now. You know, in the comics, they even did him in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. you know. So this was somebody that they're kind of bringing up. I just think, I think it would have been better off at least just releasing the Ghost Rider figure of Robbie Reyes and maybe doing like a deluxe car for it than doing the Haslab. You know,
Yeah, I think
because I think it's insulting when they say that people have been asking for this figure for this long, and you know we're finally going to bring it to you in a Haslab. You know,
yeah, I think the Sentinel and the Galactus are Haslab things, and I think people are more likely to back those things. Like I think the Rancor was a Haslab thing. I think they just poorly executed it. I think
Yeah.
it was a good Haslab.
Right.
This,
I think that's
this
not
is-
that's different.
This is not a Haslab to me. This seems like they threw it out there because the car, but really the car is the only thing that makes it a Haslab.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just 6 figures. It's like a deluxe pack of something. So
Right. What
And
differentiate? Like, yeah. What makes this deserve a Haslab? Yeah, like you said, Eddie. It's a lot of the grandeur from this is the Robbie Reyes figure, the Mephisto figure, and then they just keep adding other action figures to it. And it's like, well, are we paying for like an action figure pack here as a Haslab, or is the car that much of a need for this? I don't know. It's odd. I vintage, like I would agree. I feel like a Cosmic Ghost Rider would be more successful than this, and you make it cheaper, and I bet you it'd be way more successful than this. But and I agree with vintage. There are 10 different things they could do for Star Wars that would fun. They do a Reva Saber. Yeah, it's I keep wanting to think that they're getting unnecessary pressure from Disney to have that license to push Disney made things. I think that's a true thing, but
I don't like how
speculation.
they're pushing it out on us that we're the reason why it didn't fund. You know,
Well, they did that with the Rancor too. They
exactly.
kinda did that, which is, I mean, it is us who didn't fund it, but like, look yourself
know
in
your
the mirror
audience.
quick. Yeah, well, yeah, try and figure out why it didn't fund. Don't like sit there and say, "Oh, you guys,"
And do a
sucked
Facebook
by
post
not
that says,
funding.
"Well, these things are going to happen."
Yeah.
Moving on though, they announced another Haslab today. The Transformers Generation Haslab, Deathosaurus. He's going to be $179.99. Target backers are 11,000. There's already 3,273 with 46 days, 3 hours, and some minutes left. The end date on this is going to be December 12th and due out in the fall of next year.
I want to know how big this is. Because how the fuck is it half the price of
The car.
that car?
Dinosaurus comes in just to
Dinosaurus.
shit talk the Deathosaurus.
What's up,
The
Dean?
Deathosaurus. That's quite the name. But he said just came to say fuck Haslabs. Yeah.
When it started, I was more in favor of it, and Dean from the beginning hated the idea. And I understand the idea, but I'm starting to lean more towards Dean's argument of like they just aren't handling it right. At least not with certain things. Some stuff is better than others, and it feels like they put a lot of time and attention into other stuff than they do others. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know if it's like them galaxy braining themselves, like just totally overthinking these, but these should be rising as far as backers, right? Like you should have more exposure, more people interested, and it should be going up by each one. And it's not really doing that with the Haslab or with Marvel Legends. It's like kind of all over the place. With Star Wars, obviously, it was pretty good with the sail barge. Then it skyrocketed with the Razor Crest, and then the Rancor just plummeted it, and the Reva Saber just no one gave a shit. So yeah, I agree. I agree that I think that there I get the idea behind them. I don't hate them. There's two things I hate: that they take your money up front, and then they sit on it for a year, and then that they're when they poorly execute them, like they did with the Rancor. I think when they have issues of understanding their audience, but. Yeah, that's true. The sail barge, they had to extend the deadline like 3 times. Yeah, I think that was kind of also a guinea pig. It's not an excuse by any means. I think, yeah, that's kind of takes away the whole point of it.
There was no popularity behind the Haslab at that time.
Right.
No one
I think
was out
they were
there
trying
talking about it.
Exactly. I think they're still trying to figure out what the hell is going on with it. But yeah, I think yeah, when you kind of take away the point of it when you have to extend the deadline like that. I wonder if they'll do... We thought they were going to do that with the Rancor, and they never did. So I don't know. I don't know what they'll do, if the Marvel Ghost Rider one doesn't fund.
We'll just see him. They just won't do the car. They'll put the figure in a wave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
they need
Mephisto. Mephisto is a big one that a lot of people have been asking for, and for to only have him like handcuffed to this.
They'll throw him in a wave.
Right.
Dean,
Well,
sorry, I threw you on the bus and said that you didn't like the retro figures that Hasbro's doing. That's why Vintage said that. I'm pretty sure you said that you didn't like those.
The HeroScape Haslab isn't funding very well either. That board game,
Yeah,
it's got 19 days and only 2,951 backers, and they need 8,000.
Yeah. You also got to look too. The economy. We're on the. There's a recession coming. I think a lot of people are getting pretty. Tight with
Tightening
stuff.
up.
So.
There were a couple Power Rangers that were released. I thought they were pretty cool. It was the Power Rangers in Space Lightning Collection Deluxe Silver Ranger and Silver Cycle for $34.99, due out next April. So I believe, is this the same guy that we got the Walgreens exclusive of? Eddie,
I don't
do
even
you
know
remember?
who this guy is, and he has the most
don't
punchable
remember.
face I've ever seen.
I know. I
think.
hate that face.
You say the most punchable face.
Yeah, something about that face, man.
But it's cool. I think the packaging looks pretty cool too. Just the way they're gonna do the deluxe with the windowless boxes and stuff like that. The next one that I'm pretty excited for, if you want to kind of click through, please. More.
Oh, I didn't realize this guy came with a bike though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
The next one, though, this is what I'm excited about, is the Power Rangers Turbo Lightning Collection Deluxe Blue Centurion. Centurion? How did I say that? For $34.99, due out next April as well. This is what I've been waiting for them to do, is the Turbo line. So I'm excited for them to expand this. And I think after Turbo, I'm going to be pretty good on Lightning Collection, because I think I have everything else from the series that I've watched. So
Why do you like this one so much, or Turbo so much?
Turbo was just different, and it was like it was right where I stopped watching. So I think this was like the last movie that I saw from Power Rangers, and then they brought him into the TV show for a bit, and then I think I stopped watching after that. So of the Power Rangers I actually watched, this would round them off.
Okay, and then you're on to Super 7. I really want to see like how you compare the two and which ones you like more, but okay, so there's not much for Four Horsemen, but LegionCon is coming up. I'll be honest, I really wanted to go to LegionCon this year. It's it's still a cheap little thing. I mean, there's a good amount of vendors and everything, but it's, you know, in a hotel and everything, and I really thought I could make it work, but flights out to that area are just so
Where is it at?
expensive from here. Secaucus, New Jersey. So it's like I'd have to fly in from Newark or to Newark. From here, it's like almost a $600 to $700 flight, and
Damn.
just not what I. Yeah, it ended up like just for flight and or travel and stay, it would have been over $1,000, and I'm like, just can't do it. I bought tickets for it. I should try and sell them here to someone who can actually make it, but I'm pretty disappointed. I thought it would be a fun, small little thing that I could go to quick and then kind of update everyone on. I was going to kind of surprise the community on it, but it just ended up being too expensive for what it was, unfortunately. But I'll try and make it another year. And obviously, I somehow missed OxCon. I gave Zach shit because I didn't find out about OxCon until the week before. He's like, well, it's been in the Patreon chat. I'm like, yeah, but if you're not like on that Patreon chat like every second of every day, you miss so much. There's so much shit going on in that chat, so I completely missed that. But I'll have to come back for it. Okay, so that is it for the news. We want to move on to thank our Patreonies that do allow us to put this on. Thank all of you guys. We got Sean Fury, Ian Seaby, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Ekwan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Joao Breda, Thomas Clark, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krett, Big Fern, King Zachary V, Caesar Mara Quinn, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Babonsky, Rick D. Gregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, the Illustrious Rainer, Alid Morgan, Tukathri, Wa, Derek Biziazinski, Eric Portillo, Pablo Meza, Carlos Saavedra, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker. I almost said Teth Sucker. Sorry, Seth. Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Don Maton, Jimmy James, Stephen Purchase, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Luis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, and Gigi the Judgmental, and of course, our own Brenton Palmer. Thank all of you guys. You allow us to put this on and, update you on your small figure news every other week here. So for our Patreon benefits for November, we have our Philo sticker. And then we have a new this week sticker, which is amazing. Our YouTube channel members, we want to thank. Hey, thanks, Eddie. Good to have you in here. Him and I were actually, I DM'd him out of nowhere because I saw the Terrifier a couple weekends ago. So good. If you guys are into scary or, Halloween movies, slasher movies, whatever, you want to see the Terrifier movies.
Really?
Freaking nuts. But anyways, YouTube channel members: Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, DK Avenger 702, MFG Rick, SB, Andreas IB, Daminator, Sam Gist, Thomas Clark, Benjamin Hansen, Chris V, Big Ol' Fern, OG Fan, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gibo, CC3PO, Carlito, CT603, Eddie Mendez, Sia Dreams, J Sia, and B Chan. Thank you guys. I put a link in the chat if you guys want to become a Patreon. With our $5 a month tier called Sweet Angel, you get access to Ox After Dark and then a sticker sent straight to your door. And then Certified Crispy, that is $15 a month. You get all of those previous tiers, an official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, and assistance with figure fixes by Zach. What a Guy tier, $25 a month. You get a exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge, doubles of all the stickers we send, and benefits of the previous tiers. International postage above $5 will be charged at cost for the Pogs. And then if you are a Patreon, you want to be a YouTube member, it's only 99 cents, and you get some special loyalty badges and emojis, and then member shoutouts. And Peanut Gallery, if you're not a Patreon, is $2.99, and you get all of those as well. So our network, Collecting Weekly Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Only Fools in Collecting. They are our alternate Thursday podcast that we alternate with on Thursdays. They will be going live next Thursday. I think it's like 2 or 3 Central they go live our time. In that area, it's like mid-afternoon. But great guys, Ian, Pete, love listening to them. And then we are every other Thursday, so not next Thursday, but the Thursday after we'll be going live again. And then After Dark is every Wednesday, 10:30-ish, I believe it goes live. Bricks and Brews, I believe there's a show last month. Is there one planned for this month?
Not planned.
Not
They're
that I
supposed to
can-
be every month, but no plan yet.
Yeah, it's typically kind of last
It
second,
would
I
be.
think.
Oh, it would be this Saturday or Sunday if it was. Probably with the holiday, they're just gonna go next month.
Yeah. And then I know the Ringcast, I think they had that live episode during OxCon that I missed. And then Collecting Weekly Live unboxing every Monday. And then John also does Collectors Club as well as Collecting Weekly Live unboxing. They will be going live tomorrow. And then Live and Let Dice, I believe Zach said that is 8 p.m. on Saturday this weekend. They will be going live with that. And then they're doing they're painting from, I think, 9 to 12 a.m. on Saturday. Like I said, we may be going live with Sean's showcase for Galactus. Again, if anyone else has a Galactus, they want to join us, please do. It'll be a fun time. I believe we're going to do that Saturday afternoon, but Sean and I need to confirm that with Sean. It was just an idea I had, but we'll keep you guys updated there. Check out Ox, the Only Fools, sorry, I was looking at Ian and Pete here, and I thought of Only Fools in Collecting. Ox Collecting Weekly Auxiliary on Facebook. That's where you'll see a lot of things here. But Sean, that is a beautiful picture. I should have got one with a beer. But okay, you guys have any last shout outs here? Nothing?
Nope. Good.
All right.
Shout out to
Yeah,
the chat.
I want to shout out Eddie real quick, Aero Maestro. Again, I think I'm gonna get that Trick or Treat Studios Art the Clown now from Terrifier. Pretty nuts. But anyways, happy Halloween, everyone. I'm excited for it. I think I have a Halloween party tomorrow. Do you guys have any plans for Halloween?
Nope. Got a school thing tomorrow after school, a little festival, and then just Monday taking the kids out, handing out candy.
Yeah, you got to get healthy.
Shit,
This
man,
is the
you
first
know.
year I've been excited for a costume. I'm going as Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. Amanda's going as Ellie, and then our dog is going as a Triceratops. We're putting a
Oh, I knew it.
Triceratops
I was
costume
hoping you'd
on.
say Triceratops.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah,
Bring
It's the
baggies
first.
for when you have to put your arm through it's a mess.
that Amanda would have to do that as Ellie. She'd have to have the poopy arms.
Jeez.
But all right, good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all.